You tired of lies and leftovers? The Real Black Agenda is crushing 3 bestsellers list. Grab it on Amazon or hit the link in my Instagram bio at @TheBusinessBully before they try and silence it. So apparently, white people online and those who align with white people online are expressing their displeasure at something they like to call black fatigue. So they just sick of black people, because black people, we're committing all the crimes and we're doing all the unaliving, and you can't walk down the street and, but yet and still, if I'm caught eating a piece of fried chicken in public, which would never happen, but let's just say it did, they go, oh, how cultural. They love taking our music and either co-opting it or pretending that they're one of us. But again, I'm not going to go on a rant here. I want to talk about the fact that it's not black people you're fatigued of. It's the constant feeding of negative black stereotypes by other white-owned media organizations that's fueling black fatigue. Yes, bad things happen with black people, just like bad things happen with French people. But I don't hear you going, I've got baguette fatigue. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm gonna tell you, I got white fatigue. White people, I'm tired. I am tired of having to educate you. I am tired of being your cultural tour guide. I am tired of being the stand-up exception to the rule that mainstream media has put in your head. And when I say I mean black people are tired. We're tired of having to explain to you why you can't touch our hair. We're tired of having to explain to you why the hood is the hood. We're tired of having to explain to you why people, especially my people, are afraid whenever they get pulled over by cops, because that's something that you've never experienced. To quote one of my favorite rappers, if you ain't never been to the ghetto, don't even come to the ghetto, because you wouldn't understand the ghetto. So stay the f out of the ghetto. And that's not to say all of us come from the ghetto, because those of us that have either moved on up like George and Wheezy or have never had that experience, we still walk around black. And the default for black people is we're all poor, we're all uneducated, we're all hood rats, we're all unalivers professionally. If we wear hoodies, we automatically fit the description. We are tired. We're also tired of you thinking that you can have these periods where you will come and be down with the black folks, and then once you have had enough of black food, black culture, black sex, I said it, I'm looking at you, Miley Cyrus, you then go back to being Lily White. No. And it happens more times than I care to account for. You look at somebody like Jack Harlow, who's having a phenomenal career cosplaying as what he thinks a black rapper is. You have all these folks who run out here and make money off of our pain and profit off of our styles, our dances, the whole nine. And what do we get? Sidekick positions? Maybe a couple of dollars on the back end? Hell, here's something that I don't think enough people think about. Nothing was wrong with Full Force. Dave, where are you going with this? Stay with me. There's a song called All I Have to Give by the Backstreet Boys. Except it's not a Backstreet Boys song. It's a Full Force song. It was written and produced by Full Force. You know as well as I do that white people love black music, especially when it has a white face attached to it. There is a docu-series called This Is Pop, where Lou Pearlman famously said he wanted a Boyz II Men sound, but an Abercrombie look. a.k.a. I want to see white people do their best black people impersonation and sing R&B so that I can sell it to white people in a package that they can understand. And it doesn't always have to be white. It can be non-black. As long as it looks enough like blackness, it's okay. Hell, the Jacksons even did that, and I'm not talking about Michael. I'm talking about Jermaine. Do you realize that the reason you have DeBarge is because Jermaine thought if he could create a light-skinned Jacksons, he could make money. And he wasn't wrong. I mean, from the mid to late 80s, like DeBarge had R&B radio in a chokehold, because as Paul Mooney would say, the complexion for the protection for the collection is unforgiven. I am tired, white people. I am tired of you asking whenever you see somebody do well. I'll never forget this as long as I live. There's a guy named Shannon Sanders who lives in Nashville, Tennessee. And I remember one day I was at his house. And for those of you who do not know who Shannon Sanders is, you know his music. He's written songs for people like India Ari, like Video. If you've ever heard the song Video, Shannon Sanders wrote that. We were standing on his lawn one day, and some white people had moved next door to him, and they saw me. And at the time I was probably 350, almost 400 pounds. And Shannon's, easily 250. And they say, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And we say, "Hey, how are you?" And they said, "Fine. So, what positions do you play? You play for the Titans, right?" Talking to me and Shannon. And Shannon looked at me, I looked at him, and Shannon, before I could say anything, said, "No." And he used some words I'm not going to use on this channel, but he said, "Blank, I make beats," because he's a music producer and writer. When you see somebody doing well, you automatically think they got a wicked jump shot or they can tackle somebody off the blitz. I'm gonna need you to stop that. I'm gonna need you to stop that. I have white fatigue. I am tired of you taking and taking and taking from us and giving us basically spiritual and metaphorical chitlins to feed on while you live high on the hog. It's exhausting, but I don't want to see any more of you dingbats with your think pieces talking about you sick of black people, because black